Next, we're going to start doing the handle. So we're going to break it into two segments. First, we'll start doing the metal piece. So this part right here and this part. Next, then we'll do the leather grip and the end claw. So starting with this guard, let's go ahead and select it and then lower the subdivision by holding Shift and D. Let's go down to 3, and then we're going to choose our clay brush and make sure symmetry is on. And if you guys don't remember, it'll be in transform, active symmetry on, and needs to be in Z axis. Then we're going to go ahead and fix this just a bit, smooth this out. You can hold Shift to smooth out the piece, and then go to your move tool and adjust it so it fits well. Okay, just follow the concept. So I'm looking at the concept on my second monitor, and we're just going to go ahead and adjust it further. I need this to extend a little, and then this needs to stick out just a bit. Okay, from the back side, we need to move that so it fits well. All right, let's go increase our subdivision to 4, and then go back to our clay brush. This time let's decrease the intensity to 14 and just fix some of these edges right here that are sticking out. Okay. Next thing is we need to subdivide it one more time. So Control D, and we're going to use our mask to make that lip, that ring that goes around it. Let's smooth this out first. Now go to your subtool. Then we're going to use the extract method. So with the mask pen selected, and that's holding Control, we're going to draw out sort of like a ring for this. So let's decrease our draw size and then just draw it out. Remember, if you mess up, you could always subtract or erase some of that mask. And by doing Control and Alt, by holding Control and Alt, you could start erasing some of that mask, and then add it back to your liking. Once you're happy with it, let's go ahead and set the thickness to 0.002, and let's see how that looks. Extract. Okay, that didn't work. Hold on one sec. 0.002. Press Enter. Extract. Okay, that's a little too thin, so let's do 0.008. Okay, extract. That looks better. Let's go ahead and hit accept, and then we'll smooth this out. So hold Shift and then smooth out that piece. Oops. Okay. And then you can go ahead and remove the mask for that. Actually, let's fix this. Let's redo that real quick. So undo and then just mask it because it looked thinner on this side. Let's try not to touch that. So I hit undo and then just redid the smoothness, the smoothing part of it. So that's better. So I removed the mask, and I'm going to go to our move tool. Let's orientate this way, and then we're going to just tuck that in inside so it's not sticking out too much. We might have used the thickness a little too aggressively, but that's fine. We just move it manually and then do a little bit of cleanup with your move brush. so it's not wobbly or anything. Okay, so I'm just nudging it and getting that nice flow. Now we could tuck this in just a little bit more. Okay, let's go ahead and subdivide this, so Control D, and then keep smoothing it. That's better. From this, and then let's go ahead and choose H polish. Let's go to solo mode and just polish out that inner surface. Let's do it on both sides so we don't get those lumpy bits. Okay, it's looking better. Go back to our move brush, just fix it just a little bit more. Okay, there you go. Next we're going to start doing the diamond shape for that side. Alright, so once you're happy with that, let's go and remove that mask that we did earlier. So hold Control and just drag out on anywhere in the canvas. Next we're going to make that sort of like that socket area. So we're going to draw this out by holding Control. So you're using that mask pen and drawing out that shape. If you hold Control and Alt, while holding Control and Alt, you can erase some of that mask. And then go ahead and extract, accept. Now we can smooth this part, and you should have your symmetry on, so you're doing it on both sides. What we're going to do is we're going to move this with our widget. So turn it on by pressing W. To move this widget, you hold Alt to unlock it, and then use any of the triangles on the corner, and then just move it to your liking. Go to your side profile. There we go. And what we're going to do is underneath or on top, we're just going to move it just like that. We'll go subdivide one more time, Control D, and then smooth out. With your move brush, we're just gonna nudge it just a little bit more. Okay. And then let's go to our clay brush and start carving in that pocket. And what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate what we have. So we're going to duplicate that gem that we created earlier. Go and subdivide this just a little bit more so we get some resolution. So it's subdivided twice. Now it's on, or 3 times. So subdivision 4. Go to solo mode. We're going to go ahead and use our H polish and just polish up that inner piece. Okay, so let's go and take our gem. We'll use this part right here. Turn on our widget, which is W, and then hold Control and Shift, and then press D. That will duplicate that piece. Or if that doesn't work, you just do duplicate right here. All right, now you've duplicated it. Let's go ahead and move it to that area and then just rotate it. We can scale it up to fit and then just pull it in so it sets right there. Now with our move brush, we can make sure that it fits in there. On the concept, it sort of has that tip pointy. This part right here needs to be pointy, and then fatter on this end. So we're gonna have to fix that this base. So we'll just move this aside. Let's go lower our subdivision so it's easier for us. And then just fit that in there, or make it fit. Okay, go back to your subdivision, check it around. It's a bit lumpy. We're gonna go use our H polish and just polish that edge. Okay, let's do that all around. Okay, let's solo hide this real quick to polish up the inner bit more. Okay, what we can do is mirror this on the other side. So select your gem. What I did was hold Alt and then click on the gem, so selects it, and then we'll go to our Z plugin, go to Subtool Master, Mirror, and we'll merge it into one subtool and then use the X-axis. Let it think, and now it's on both sides. Okay. It's still not quite fitting, so we're using our move tool, just editing it out. Okay, let's undo that because we didn't do this symmetry, so that's the thing we messed up on. So I undoed that procedure and turned on symmetry. Now it's doing it on both sides. So that's what I mean. You always need to check that you have symmetry on, or else you're going to start messing up and then you're going to do a lot more work. Okay, that's looking good. So for this piece, we're going to start using our deformation to carve out that inner plate. So first, let's go ahead and add an extra subdivision. So Control D. Let's smooth out this edge right here real quick by holding Shift and then smoothing out the edge. Okay, let's go to our move tool and make sure everything fits. Okay. Let's go lower the subdivision real quick so it's easier. And then just move that around. Okay, go back to your highest subdivision. So now you're in subdivision 6. And what we're going to do is go to your brush and choose Mask Lasso. So when you hold Control, you're using that tool, the lasso tool. And what we're going to do here is make a mask by holding Control and then just sort of drawing out that lasso, coming back in and then doing the other side. Okay, and when you're done, you let go and it should mask that out. So we need to add an extra area here, so let's do that by holding Control and adding that in. You can subtract by holding Control and Alt, or remove mask. And let's just fix this. Okay, and then for the bottom part, let's just go ahead and remove just a tiny bit to give it that space in between. Okay, once you're happy with that, we're gonna go to our deformation, which under Tools, Deformation, and scroll down, and you'll see Inflate. And what we're gonna do is type in -3, so it should go inwards. First, we need to invert the mask. So if you hold Control and click on the canvas, it should invert it. So now the edge are the ones masks. And then go back to your Inflate, Deformation, and then we'll type in -3 and see how that looks. Okay, that looks good. So let's go and remove that mask. Let's hold Control and just draw out of the canvas. So now you have that separation between the two. What we can do here is just polish it up just a little bit, and we can hide this and just polish. We can add an extra subdivision for this, so let's go with subdivision 7, lower our brush and just polish it. Okay, then do the other side too. Once you're done with that, we're going to do the details in between. Okay. Unhide everything else. And what we're going to do is choose the mask pen now. And then we're going to draw out. Make sure you have the symmetry on. So you're doing both sides. And we're going to do this shape right here. So we're going to do this one at a time so we have better control. And I'm using the mask tool to draw out that piece. Okay, this should probably curl a little bit. Same thing here. And then erase some of that mask. And once you're happy, go to your subtool. And then let's set this at 0.002. Let's see how that looks. Extract. Let's go on the side view so we can see it better. We might need that to be a little bit thicker, so 0.004. Extract. That's better. So accept. And then we're going to smooth out that piece. So we're going to do this a couple more times. Go back to your original base. Make sure you delete or erase that mask. So hold Control and erase it. And we're going to draw out the next piece. So hold Control and then do it for this side right here. We'll do that one on top too. Okay, it's getting a little too close to the edge, so we're going to go ahead and remove some of that and move it upwards like that. Okay, let's polish this up just a little. So once you're happy with that, press extract and accept and smooth that out. Okay, we could adjust those shapes a little bit later on. Go back to your base mesh, make sure you delete the previous mask, and then we're going to do the same thing again. Just draw this out, hold Control, and then draw it out. What we could do is just, let's do that again. Just wrap it around like that. So it has a nice design to it. Maybe attach it there. Okay, so it looks like that. Should just shape out the edge or the end piece. All right. Go extract, accept it. It seems like we've added or haven't deleted that mask. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and delete that extracted piece. Press OK. Go back to your piece. You don't see it here, but we need to delete some of that. So hold Control and Alt and delete that, or just clean up that area so it doesn't show up on the extract. Okay, that looks good. Press accept and smooth out that piece. All right. So before we do like the triangle bits, we're gonna adjust some of these shapes to our liking. Go to your move brush and just keep nudging it. Make sure it looks good on the shape. Also, we could sort of tuck that in so it's not too it's not protruding too much. Same thing for these two, and then this as well. All right, this might be too close, so we're going to move that somewhere around there. And then this bottom right here needs to curl a little. So we're just using our mood brush and just nudging it until we're pretty happy with the shape. Right. Next we're going to do the triangles. Okay, same procedure. Let's make sure we remove that mask and then just draw a triangle. You can lower your brush size so it's easier to draw out, and then hold Control and Alt to delete some of that mask. Let's do it this shape so it looks nicer. So it goes with the flow. Okay. Yeah. Press accept. So I extract it and then press accept and then smooth. And then tuck that in there. And then we'll do one more right here. So remove the mask. And then draw out that new mask. Subtract it and just shape it out. Once you're happy, extract and accept. And then smooth out. Then we'll move that closer. Okay, look at it from every angle. See how it's working out. Okay, just try to zoom in, zoom out. Just feel for it. All right, that looks good. And then we're going to do this piece next. Okay, so moving on to this piece, we're going to do the same procedures that we did on the front end. But first, we got to make sure that this looks good from the side view, because it feels like this is a little too thin compared to the concept. So let's just go ahead and adjust that. Okay, and this is fine, this handle grip right here, because we're going to add those leather straps. So go back to your foot to this mesh and then subdivide it a couple times. So I think I'm in subdivision 3, 6 now. All right, and then we're going to do the mask method again. So hold Control. We're going to use our mask pen. Hold Control and then just draw out that. Make sure you have symmetry on doing this. Just connect that in the bottom. Okay. And just clean up that mask. Okay. Looking at the concept, this feels a little, this needs to be fatter. Okay. Shape out that. Once you're happy with that, go ahead and extract it. So we're going to use 0.002. Let's see how that looks. 0.004 instead. Okay, press accept, then smooth out that piece. Smooth it all around. So once you have that, let's go ahead and make the next one. So remove the mask and then draw out that next curve. Okay, look at it from the back. I feel like I need to extend it all the way closer to the middle. Okay, so let's delete that. Here you have it. Okay, this needs to curl just a little bit more. Let's test that out. Extract it. Okay, press accept, and then go ahead and smooth. There you go. So we're gonna do this part right here. There's like a small piece on this corner. So remove your mask and then just draw, scale down our brush size to 2. Go back to 2. Okay, we're gonna shape this out by holding Control and Alt, and then removing some of that mask. So it's a small triangle looking thing. Okay, once you're happy, go ahead and extract and accept. Smooth that out. Then the last piece right here, it will be the top part. And since we can't see it from the top on the concept, we're going to make up our own thing. So from the looks of it, it seems like it's like that from the side, and it goes down. Okay, let's look at it from the side view. Okay, it's a little too high, so we're going to cut that around there, shape that out. Okay, that's better. Let's just shape it up so it looks better from the front view. And then go ahead and extract and accept once you're happy with it, and smooth that out. It seems like there's something on top of this, maybe a gem or so. Okay, and what we're going to do is just go ahead and polish this up one at a time. So go to your polish brush, H polish, just fix that edge. And we can go ahead and add an extra subdivision on this, so Control D. Just polish that up. So yeah, we'll add a gem to this, so let's go ahead and go to our clay brush, go back to your first subdivision, and then just with your clay brush, go ahead and add to it. That's where the other gem's gonna lay. Okay. Go to our standard brush and then just lower our intensity and just sculpt that out. Work on the lowest subdivision so it's easier to pull the mesh. Okay, go back and forth with your clay and standard brush. Once you're happy with that, go back to your subdivision 2 and then use the H polish brush again. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and take this gem, so hold Alt and click on it. Then we're gonna duplicate this, and then move that over. Scale that down to fit. And then let's go ahead and hold Alt and then use this ring, this circle, and adjust the widget just like so. And then we're going to use the scale to scale that out. So using the X scale and then the Z scale. Go back to Q, and then we're going to fit this to that gem. Using our mood brush, just go ahead and nudge it to fit. Okay. We'll probably need to move this closer to the base. So with your move brush, scale up your draw size and then just move it closer. Feels like it's sticking out too much. Same thing with the gem. All right, let's turn on the symmetry. Okay, just move that to fit. Okay, that looks better.